Uh, don't mind. Act like this doesn't exist back here. We had to move some stuff around. I'm trying to figure out what we're gonna put back here so it's not just quite so white. Um, but the other day, Foodie had posted pictures of that child that she is exploiting, and people kind of went crazy for it. So she was doing some damage control. So she released a video about her trip to the ER for the second time. It's everything we've already heard in live streams. She also did a live stream last night. She did nothing but complain about reaction channels and Gorlick. She also talked about um, the that child and taking them to school and stuff like that. And I really just I don't want that child's name on my channel. So we're not going to react to that. However, she did um, upload a new video. I have not seen it yet. So we are going to take a peek. And it looks like it is, can I make Canadian food in Syria? That's kind of, she, I don't think she's that good of a cook. I don't think she's successful at cooking, so I'm not sure how successful this is going to be.
Hello, Foodie Beauties.
Well, hello there. I have exciting news.
I do find it interesting that in her live stream last night, somebody asked how she felt about glitter and lasers, and she threw a fit because I don't like content that's sponsored. I don't want to watch commercials all the time. But this is what she has us sit through, and it's not even decent stuff. Um, oh, we're getting to it.
Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I hope
Ooh.
the fan noise isn't loud. I guess we'll find out and see.
Okay, so first of all, she looks plasticky. It looks like she's just absolutely plastic and her skin is stretched everywhere. But on top of it, I hope the fan noise isn't too much. I guess we'll just wait around and see. You are a professional YouTuber. You have been doing this for a decade. Why are you not testing this before? If I'm worried about a noise, if I'm worried about how something's going to sound, I do a test recording and then I go back and listen to it. You would think she would know that by now, since this has been her full-time job for a while now.
But I did it. It was a bit stressful finding all the ingredients, but I didn't find all the ingredients. We didn't. But I made Syrian spaghetti, church basement spaghetti. There's a whole story behind that if you're wondering. It's a long story, but my version of spaghetti and meat sauce basically.
So we made Syrian Italian. I didn't know that existed. But I can't say much. We have a restaurant in downtown OKC that does Mexican Chinese food. So wouldn't be shocked if it's a thing.
So growing up, I wasn't always Muslim. I used to go to church as a kid. I was Christian, and the nice old lady volunteers would make spaghetti, very basic meat sauce spaghetti in like a church basement function, and that's why I call it that. So I don't know, but you know, I am not.
I call it church basement spaghetti, but I can't remember what I call it 90% of the time. And it's a really long story. I won't bore you with it. Let me go ahead and tell you about it. Old ladies make spaghetti in the basement, and that's why I call it church basement spaghetti. She struggles so much and trips over her words so much in this because this is nothing but a front because she doesn't words. She lets her mouth run wild on live streams. On vlogs, she has to be, the Syrian perfect housewife and present a certain face. And I've never seen anybody struggle so hard to behave in an acceptable manner. It is insane to me.
Christian anymore. I'm Muslim now, alhamdulillah. So I'm making this Syrian version of the pasta and meat sauce, okay? So let me tell you how I did that, the story behind that. But first, let's unveil. All right, so ta-da!
Oh,
Here we have
that looks like dry noodles with ground beef and chunks of cheese. Is this Foodie's recipe or has Shay been watching Eat Your Heart Out with Becca? Because I watched her the other night and she had just noodles with ground beef in it. So they might be sharing recipes. They might be closer than I thought they were.
the spaghetti. And yes, there's cheese. I found shredded mozzarella. I don't remember how much the shredded mozzarella was. I'll have to check the fattura, the receipt. But anyway, and this is angel hair pasta. It was more saucy, but it kind of just absorbed. I mixed the pasta sauce with the noodles.
That is the least saucy noodles I've ever
So let me just
seen.
dish this up and clean this up a bit, and I'll be right back.
Where are you going?
What?
Where you going? What do you do?
I'm gonna dish this up and clean it up. I'll be right back. But sit there and watch me do it, guys, because I don't want to edit.
Alright, so I'm gonna put this aside and just eat my portion, which is this. And there's still, and Salah had already eaten.
Every time she looks up at the camera, it looks like her eyes look so dead, but it's also a deer in the headlights. She's like, "Let me grab it." I cannot get over that. It is crazy.
Eaten as well. There's still this much, so if anyone wants to come over and eat, yalla, ahlan wa sahlan.
On my way.
Alright, you're welcome.
I'll bring the
I have a
sauce.
glass of cold water, my baguette in Arabic. I know, look at me learning Arabic, huh? Diet Pepsi. I don't know what that is in Arabic. Pepsi or maybe Pepsi. I kid. All right, so, and we have a little plate of cheese and olives. Now, most people, I think, eat zaytuna olives with breakfast, but with olive as my middle name, I eat it any time of day. And this is a Syrian cheese. It's a cheese knot. It's really salty, and it's really, really good. So, and my cat here, she's passed out. Jeez. When cats show you their belly, they're the most relaxed in front of you. So, all right. Look at this cheesy. The cheese is sticking to all the noodles. I hope you have something good to eat. If not, like I said, come on by. I'll feed you. Beefy noodle bite for you. Let's try this. Bismillah. Now, Salah says it's delicious. I don't know. Let's try.
Yes, but
You pay him to say it's delicious. It looks dry and all the noodles look gummy and stuck together.
I love it.
Mmm. And that?
I'm good.
Meaning really?
The, oh, the emotion in his voice. She's like, Salah says it's great. Yes, babe, I love it. Don't hold back on our account, please, sir. Like,
Thank you, hon. Tried olive. This is kind of spicy olives with carrots. Mmm. So basically you have to untangle the cheese knot. Like that. Mmm. Oh, salty. It's kind of dry.
because salt is what you need.
It's got a strong taste.
Is she pretending to like that? I mean, to me, it looks like strips of twine, but the look on her face, that is not generally the face she makes when she really likes something.
So the way the supermarkets are here, we're not in like a town where you can easily find things that you would need for a basic spaghetti bolognese. I don't think that it's very common. If people make a spaghetti sauce or a sauce for pasta macarona, they use like tomato paste. I did find some pasta sauce in the place we lived before, but that's far away. And I wanted to flavor it a lot. I couldn't find like oregano, not near us anyway. So Salah and I checked out 3 different soups, 4 different places, little marts. We got most of our stuff at the main one, but I needed peanut butter and I couldn't find pasta sauce in a jar. Just tomato paste, and the spices I found were chicken bouillon, Maggi. I have black pepper, salt, paprika, really good quality paprika though, and curry spices and cardamom. So I ended up and we also found, they didn't have fruits and vegetables in the supermarkets because there's a lot of fruits and vegetable vendors on the street. Like, I'm telling you, more than Tim Hortons in every corner in Canada. They're just like everywhere. So we got some garlic and onion. So I just flavor it with garlic, onion, tomato paste, chicken stock, black pepper, a bit of salt, a bit of curry, and a little bit of white sugar. Because I find jarred pasta sauces that you buy in the store, they do also have sugar if you read the ingredients, most of them. But
They put sugar in it to cut down on the acidity because they are having to process it so that it can be shelf stable. So that's what the sugar is. The sugar helps to cut down on the acids.
I find it cuts the acidity in the tomato. You know what I mean? We did find a butcher who had made us ground beef.
She can use ground lamb. I use ground lamb sometimes for our spaghetti and meatballs, and lamb is readily available to her.
The ground beef here is good. I just asked for lean. I put a little bit of olive oil as well. But the problem is, it's not a problem, it's just different. Like, the meat tastes more gamey in a way. Like, you could tell they're feeding it differently probably than different.
Clearly, in Western countries, general, that you can go to the grocery store and get at a reasonable price. They are generally grain fed because grain and hay is cheaper to do. It also makes it the cattle fatten up quicker, which means that they can be sold and processed at a much younger age, and so it's a much quicker turnaround. However, it is expensive to do that kind of stuff. Now, if you get grass-fed, whether you get grass-fed beef, bison, whatever, it has a gamier taste because they are allowing them to live and eat as they would if they were just wild, and that is why it tastes. That's why it tastes gamier. They in Syria, they clearly cannot afford to um, feed their cattle grain all the time. So they are probably grass fed, and that is where that comes from for the gaminess, anyways.
Areas of the world, you know? but it's not strong.
That
It's not a
pasta
strong gamey taste like
is
lamb,
so gummy.
which I'm very picky about when I eat lamb. Olives. But I was craving spaghetti so bad. Oh, and I put shredded mozzarella. I found a bag of shredded mozzarella. But it's pretty small. But it was really good. It is really good, I should say. Basically because we have to turn our fridge and freezer off at night. It's weird though because, mashallah, the government electric is still on so we can keep the fridge plugged in. But running on solar at night, you can't do that. It's just too much energy for the nighttime. So, we have to pretty much eat the meat we buy like that day. There's like a huge thing of cheese. Look at this. I
Actually could run the fridge if they cycled it, but that means setting alarms. That means getting up and taking care of it. So what you do is you time your fridge and see generally how long of a space of time it is between when it kicks on, kicks itself off, and where it's maintaining its temperature and then kicking back on again. If you leave it plugged in, it does do a maintenance on it to keep it at a certain temperature. However, if you are running off of solar or you have limited electricity, you plug your fridge in, you let it go through its cycle and get it as cool as possible. Once it kicks off, you unplug it and keep the door shut. Do not open it. Then you set a timer for however long it is until your fridge runs again. And you get up, you plug it back in, you let it run a cycle. And if you do that, you can run your fridge the entire time off of solar. It just takes a lot of effort and work, and I don't know that she's willing to do that.
found hot dogs. I've been craving like hot dogs, man. And I found a box of Kraft mac and cheese. Like, I never thought I would find that where we are. Maybe in Damascus, but I didn't buy it because I don't know.
Yeah, that's gummy dry noodles. That's gross. You shouldn't have to eat spaghetti like that.
But it's really good. Whatever I used flavored it well. I put a lot of paprika in the tomato sauce.
She eats so much salt and vinegar, I'm not even sure that her taste buds work properly anymore.
So yeah. Just got a few things, especially some breakfast staples like eggs, pita, olives, cheeses. And just comment in this, if you guys have followed me long enough, you will know what I'm going to make with these ingredients, okay? So, potatoes, carrots, onion, garlic, tomato paste, beef cubes, peanut butter, and chicken bouillon. What am I going to be making?
I think it's, what is it, Mathy?
You won't
That
necessarily win
BB
anything if you get it
taught her to
right,
make?
except for a big yay from me. And thank you for following me that long, because you're an OG then. But throughout the years on this channel, no matter what phase I've been in life, that's a recipe that I've always kept with me.
Because I think she only knows how to cook 2 or 3
For
things.
some reason, I love it so much.
That jump cut is there because she forgot that she was filming and she was just straight eating.
I like food from all around the world. Man, when I used to work in an office,
She loves food from all around the world. Hardee's in Canada, Hardee's in Kuwait, Hardee's in Qatar. She's a world traveler who eats around the world. She loves it.
once upon a time, we had this employee. She was from, shoot, I can't remember if she was Filipina, from Vietnam, or from Vietnam. She made these like glass noodles. I forget what they were called. Vermicelli glass noodles.
Her brain has completely rotted away. I can't remember if she was from the Philippines, Vietnam, or Vietnam. I I don't know how she remembers to breathe at this point.
And these spring rolls that were just to die for. And like everyone in the office would ask her to make them and they would pay her. Like she had to start taking orders for people. And one day, I helped her out with something. And she was very appreciative, so she brought me a tray of these noodles and some spring rolls. And, you know, there's certain foods you just don't forget.
She's like a 5-year-old who just scoots her food around the plate. It's like a comforting. Maybe that's her stimming. You know how people will rock to help with anxiety? Maybe the fork movement is the equivalent of her stimming.
So I took a picture of this meal. He's like, I need to, for memories of the first meal that you cooked in Syria, like proper meal.
You're telling me that she's been there almost 2 months and this is the first thing that isn't ramen that she has made. I thought this was her trad housewife arc and we were going to be the best wifey ever.
And it is quite delicious. A few more olives.
Oh my gosh. She picked that napkin up and started to wipe her face. I thought that was some of that stringy cheese. I thought she was wiping the cheese. Clearly, I'm delusional today, guys. Sorry.
One more small piece of cheese.
So dainty, so demure.
And a sip of a drink.
We know what that's called. We all drink.
Shoo, yeah. And that's it. That's all, folks. So, I would have liked the spaghetti to be a bit more saucy, but all I had to do was just not put as much pasta, which I can never, gauge how much to make from the package. I don't know. So whatever. But yes, that is it for now, I guess. Thank you so much for watching this mukbang. I'm sure even though it was probably a bit noisy with the fan in the street and but I hope you still enjoyed it anyway, having dinner with me.
Oh, that was a lot, guys. Oh, I'm sorry. That's it. That's all. I guess that's how we're supposed to end our videos now. Um, I I definitely will not be making that kind of spaghetti for my family. Um, but thanks for sitting through this torture with me because we show love here through trauma, and it's just what we do. This is how we bond. Um, and hopefully by the next time that you see me, this will be taken care of so I don't feel like I'm just floating out here. But until then, be good and behave yourselves. And if you can't, make me proud and then put it on the internet so we can talk about it.